So let's get started on part 2 of the restaurant menu. On the first part, we created the outside page, which includes the front cover, inside cover, and back cover. Today we're going to work on the inside of the menu. As you can see here, our menu is a trifold type pamphlet. Works good as a takeout menu. And it's going to have 3 columns on the inside that lists our menu items, including the items themselves, a description, and a price with these little dots on here, which you're familiar with if you've seen these a menu before. And I'm going to show you how to set that up with a tab. We're going to include some graphics on here. So to get started, I'm going to grab a graphic from the internet and right click. This time I'm going to choose copy image, and then into Photoshop I'm going to say File New, and it will say Clipboard here. If it doesn't say Clipboard, you didn't get it copied. But if it says Clipboard, it shows you that you have something on the clipboard because you did a copy. Select Clipboard and click on Create, and then Control V on your keyboard or Edit and Paste will put that into that object. It should be the exact same size as the image because it sized it to your clipboard. Let's grab the pen tool and go around the outside to create a path, because we don't want our image to come into our menu as a rectangle. We want it to come into our menu just as the object itself. Click back on your first point. Any adjustments that you might want to make, come down 2 places on your toolbar, fly out the arrow pointer, and grab the direct selection tool. You may need to click off of it, or you can just get right onto these points. You can adjust the handlebars as needed. It's one thing I like about using the pen tool, is the fact that you can adjust what you've done before you make your selection. It's very editable. So I like that there. Now that we have it traced with the pen tool, we press Control Enter to select. I'm going to choose Control C to copy. And in just a moment we'll see that appear on our menu. So in InDesign, I've opened back up the menu. You can see that I have made a few changes in here, but mostly I've kept it the same from what you saw on part 1. I've added this sort of shape in the background that has a color that I picked up off of my logo. I've made the opacity of that about 40% and put it into the background just to put a graphic element onto the page. I'll be using a lot of these same elements onto my next page, using that repetition for my headings and my body text and the colors I'm going to use. So to get started in here, I go up to Layout and Pages and choose Add Page. That will give me a blank page. It's going to look like the page that you just created has disappeared, but if you scroll up, it's still there. It's just you're on a second page. You can also click on Pages over here on the left and see that you have now 2 pages in your document. This page does not have the layout guides for our columns, so we will go back and add those under Margins and Columns. Again, setting this to be 3 and setting our gutter back to 1. Even though we're not folding this to be viewed on the outside, it's a good rule of thumb to keep those margins the same, so as the folds will still be visible on the inside as we open this up. One thing we don't have to be as restricted to is we could put text across these columns or graphic elements across the columns, because you're only going to be looking at this part of the menu as a full page. So I will go back up to my first page and grab a couple of my elements here. I'm going to grab my events and hold my Shift key to grab the name of the event below it. Come down into my document and choose Control C and Control V. Grab my black arrow pointer here and drag this down onto the page. That's going to be the basis for my menu. I want to keep the same fonts and sizes and colors as I go across my document using repetition to create consistency. Double click in that box. I'm going to choose small plates. I want to show you how we will create this menu item. So selecting my text, I'll go up to the type menu and go to tabs. It's going to bring out this panel that floats above here, and I like to line it up so I can see what's going on. Shows me here this little triangle is the edge of my frame. I'm going to come right inside there at about 2.5. I'm going to select this. This is a left justified tab, and I'm going to choose a right justified tab, and I'm going to click right above the 2.5, and we'll get a tab set there. We'll also put in a leader as a period, and what you will see, the leader will put this decimal in front of the tab. Now clicking back on my text, when I press tab, it's going to put out that leader. I'm going to put in a price tag here. Let's do $15. Fancy Friday's not $15 though. So I'm going to say bruschetta. Below that I want a description, and that font's a little bit big for my description, so I'm going to make that smaller. I want to say toasted bread Okay, so I have a description there. If you want to make an adjustment here to your tab, simply highlight the text and come and drag that tab. So I would like to see that be a little bit closer to the edge of my frame, like that. Once you have that set, use the magic of copy and paste. Control C, go down, Control V, and use that to get all of your menu items in. You will need to have at least 4 menu items underneath 4 different categories. Again, use the magic of copy and paste. I can select both of these by holding down Shift, Control C, Control V. You start seeing how I can lay this out rather quickly. Coming back to my Photoshop file that's selected, Control C to copy. Let's come into InDesign and Control V to paste. Whoa, that's big. So zoom in, or zoom out, excuse me, Control minus. Hold down Control and Shift. And let's scale that way down. It's always good to have high quality images though that show you good quality when you bring them in. I can even bring this graphic element here, Control C on that, and Control V here. I might want to flip that over, grab this side over here and flip that around. I could add in some other elements in here as well. Of course, that now is sitting on top. Right click on it, go to Arrange, and say Send to Back. I don't like how this image comes in with this white background around it though. That's probably because when I pasted it, it didn't preserve my transparency. So to do better than that, let's copy this and paste it into here. Let's go File, Save As this time. We'll save this in our documents under Computer Apps, and let's call this Small Bowl, leaving it as a Photoshop file. If I select this and do a file place into it, let's see if it keeps it the same size. Ah, that's better. Even if some of that's being clipped, I can resize my frame. Okay, that's much better without that white background on there. And we can add a little drop shadow onto that to give it some depth. Let's preview that to see what that looks like. Yeah. Control 0 will set me full screen, and that will get you started. So we need at least 4 sections, at least one graphic different than what you had on your event flyer. You can reuse the event flyer graphic, but you have to have at least one more. You can have more than one graphic that is if you want, but they have to be cut out images. If you need more items to put on your menu, look back at some of the examples. You can put a little blurb about yourself, maybe a little cutout picture of yourself as about the owner, founder of the restaurant. Other graphic elements you can have on the page, and you can include your slogan. So good luck with your menu, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the tasty items that you include on your menus.